All right, we are live for Fireside Chat number 100. Pretty cool one. Unfortunately, there's not a lot to go over, despite the interesting Fireside Chat number. Really super quiet week, honestly. I think I went over last week a lot of the stuff that I'd want to go over today. We did have, of course, reports go out. Jarl changeover, QCA Jarl for April for the Companions of Aegir. Um, As a heads up for anyone who didn't know, Host of the High King is not a great company. So that's one thing where I know I've seen that mentioned sometimes. Basically, it's just there. We need some kind of terminology for free floating warbands, essentially, because there has to be, I think, a clear chain of command even for those warbands that aren't in a great company. So that's essentially the purpose of the term Host of the High King. But you can see there's not really a lot of structure there the way there would be for a great company with the rotating between the warband leaders, the Jarl position. It does function similarly for sure, but it is not in fact a great company. Just for some clarification on that. Other than that, let's see here. Not really any more progress on the. We're kind of discussing some planning for a potential house-based system. There's some kind of problems with that, some quandaries that I'm just not really sure what the best solutions would be for. Is there something I want to think about? Keep brainstorming. So haven't really made any further progress on that. The song is the Yule song is making some progress. I hesitate to call it a Yule song considering how sadly late it is now, but that is the original purpose. Um, Essentially, just need to re-record some guitars and then do the actual vocals with the lyrics, which is of course what will feature the top 10 performers from the Yule Invitational, the Vet Vigor, rather. Um, and yeah, then just kind of mix and master it really, which I don't think will take a terribly long time. So again, I don't want to give a date and then have to come out and say, well, this and this happened, so it's delayed. So I'm not going to, but stay tuned. I'm working hard on it, and hopefully we'll be done pretty soon here. Other than that, let's see here. Not too much. I know I talked about a couple of different things, some lore stuff. For example, working on WA Wiki, working on the codex, of course, that kind of stuff. Some more documents, stuff like that. It's definitely high on the priority list. There's some behind-the-scenes stuff for House Dippity, but that has been put a bit on hold with the thought that we might potentially switch to a house-based system at some point. It's something where I didn't want to dive too much further into that. We'll see how things go. Again, we're really sticking with the status quo for the foreseeable future, but it is certainly in the cards for a change down the road. That said, let's see here. Other than that, I would say we're looking at officer school and recruitment license work, as well as probably the most likely thing I'll work on after the song. Potentially, I could even start working on those sooner at the same time. We'll see. But that's definitely something I'd like to get rolling. I think having that kind of mechanism there for recruiting would be very helpful to really ensure that anyone who is recruiting is going to be well versed in the training and know exactly what they need to do, and that should really cut down on improper recruiting and stuff like that. And I think one of the things that people you would think would be a issue with just like improper recruiting is that you're going to bring in bad recruits that don't really fit the standard. But I think another big problem is that you wind up potentially with good recruits who might even go inactive or not, really get further involved in the clan because they are kind of left on an island. So that's a big focus of proper recruiting, and also having these procedures in place is to ensure that new recruits, like, people actually talk to them and get them more involved in WA to kind of get them interested. I mean, that's not going to be the case with every recruit. Some are just not going to get that involved or may even just disappear. But the goal is to try to give each recruit that opportunity. And actually, the recruiting guide really talks about that, this whole kind of idea in detail. So hopefully everyone has read that. Kind of think of what else here. I hate to have a super short fireside chat, but I don't have a lot else to go over here. Um, let's see here. Yeah, I think that's about it. Um, yeah, I really don't have anything else to touch on here with the fireside, so I think we'll go ahead and call it that. Apologies, a bit unceremonious for the 100th one, but yeah, we'll be back with Court of the High King here in about 24 minutes. And yeah, so we'll see everybody then. If not, we do have Fireside Chat next week, standard time as well, 5 p.m. Pacific, on Thursday the 16th. So we'll see everybody for one or both of those.